Hello, and welcome to Guaranteed Adventures, where the stories might change, but the adventure is guaranteed. I'm your GM, Seth, and going around the table, we've got...
Nathan, playing everyone's favorite tooth fairy, Peet.
Tim, playing Gowpen.
The other Seth, playing three-fingered Truman.
Kyle, playing Alvin Rivers.
Thank you for joining us for this special finale episode of our Rattlestead story.
Special because it's our first finale.
That's right. We've never finished anything before.
Nope.
Oh, that sounds like a joke.
Yeah, we finally did it.
We left off last time with a lot of you up in Charleston Rivers' office at the Rivers Railroad Company. And you have come to the conclusion that he is innocent of everything that's happened, and that his oldest son, Clayton Rivers, is the one responsible for the dragon's disappearance, for the murder of Trapper Gaines, for initiating the betrayal, for creating Draconium. It all comes back to Clayton Rivers, who just left on a train. What do you want to do?
Well, I think, we should probably go after him, right? Like, that's the whole reason that we're here, to stop the people who are doing this stuff. And Clayton's the one who everything points to, so let's go. I mean, that's where the story is, so...
That's true. Sir, I apologize that we thought that you were the bad guy. I mean, I don't know if you are the good guy. I look at Alvin as if I'm saying something bad about his dad. And
Charleston just looks kind of in shock.
Is there one of those cars that have, like, the pump thing on it, where it's, like, the lever and the train car goes?
there is now.
Yes, those would be around.
Perfect.
You also have horses, which you would know would be capable of catching a train at low speeds. At top speed, once it gets up to full speed, it would be more difficult, maybe impossible.
Well, we should go now.
Let's go.
We've also got our horde of goblins with us, so...
Let's go.
The goblin horde has a few horses, but not enough for all the goblins.
The goblin horde can take the pump cart.
Reinforcements.
They'll take turns.
Yes. As you guys are turning towards the door bursts open. A Rivers employee bursts in out of breath and says, "Boss, it's chaos in the rail yard. Elves started attacking, goblins started attacking everybody. It's a mess down there."
Not our job, not our problem. Let's get our horses and go after that train.
The marshal bursts in as well, and she says, "All right, you four stop that train, get to the bottom of what's going on. I'll take care of the railway here."
All right, let's go. We run down.
So you guys are headed towards your horses.
Yes.
You head down the stairs, and as you get outside, you can see that the rail yard is just a chaotic mess. Elves, goblins, humans, dwarves, railway workers, just all brawling. It's a hot mess up in here.
Hey, Pete, tell the goblins to grab some dragon bone from the elves if they can.
But
Aren't we with the elves?
Well, we're also with the goblins. I mean, we're kind of the goblin leaders, right?
It looks like since you're out here, the goblins are just kind of taking advantage of everything and, knocking down people and grabbing their stuff.
Perfect. They read my mind.
All right, yeah. So you make it to your horses, and you can see the train that just left the station is a little ways down the track now, past all of the chaos.
Full gallop down the tracks.
All right. Everybody give me a roll to see if you get through all the brawling and fighting unscathed.
I failed.
Okay.
Success for me.
Success for Truman, fail for Gowpen,
Is Kyle
Success for
dying
Pete.
over here? Or?
I failed.
fail for Alvin. So, Gowpen, what are you even on?
I'm pretty sure I'm on like some kind of a donkey. Like
Okay.
It's definitely not a full-on horse. It's a donkey or a mule or something.
Yeah, didn't we get you the donkey?
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
So
because
as
I didn't
you-
have a horse. So
As you ride your donkey, an elf and a human fighting just kind of crash into you and knock you over. And Truman and Pete pull ahead. Alvin, an elf, jumps in front of you and points a bow and arrow at you.
I'm on your side. Get out of the way.
Go ahead and roll it.
Charismatic?
Sure.
That's 2 success.
All right, yeah. He kind of squints at you real quick and realizes, oh yeah, we are on his side, and turns to go shoot somebody else. In the delay, though, you notice that Gowpen has been knocked over on his donkey, and Pete and Truman have both pulled ahead.
Can I try and ride and grab Gowpen?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll for it.
I will do everything that I can as Gowpen flailing on the ground to help this.
Okay. I'll let you. You know what? I'll make your goblin agility relevant, so you can go ahead and roll your 1d6 for that.
All right.
And as long as anybody succeeds, we'll call it good.
I succeed.
I 62.
Yeah, it works really smoothly, actually. Gowpen sticks his hand up, and Alvin sticks his hand down and just scoops him up.
It's like
and
that Lord of the Rings thing.
Yes.
Yeah. But actually, like, physically possible.
But actually physically possible.
Instead of just playing the footage in reverse. You swing him up and onto the back of the horse. So, yeah, he's now riding behind you, and you guys break your way through the chaos. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alvin. Now I owe you another debt. Oh my god, this is just, I cannot believe I'm getting more and more indebted to you guys.
Music to my ears.
Which means you're stuck with me for longer.
Music to my ears.
okay, so are you guys just leaving the rest of the goblins behind?
I think so.
Hambo's got it.
Okay, great. Okay, so you guys charge toward the train. Now 2 horses and 1 donkey. And Pete, your donkey is quickly losing pace with the horses.
Come on, horse, go
And
faster.
and the train is accelerating. The train just left the station, but it looks like your donkey horse is not going to be able to make it to the train.
How many, is this like a pretty long train? Like, can we catch up to like the last car? Or is it like...
Yes, basically what I'm judging it on is catching up to the last car.
Okay.
It's probably, at first glance, you'd guess around 20 cars.
Okay.
So pretty short train, actually.
They're a push cart that horse and I could use in tandem.
That horse.
You want to do a push cart with the donkey.
Yep. No.
There is a push cart, but the donkey cannot help you use it.
As
You're riding, I mean, basically you and Truman are just a little bit ahead of Pete and Alvin now riding together.
Galvin?
Gowpen.
Galvin.
Gowpen and Alvin. That's what, yep.
Our couple's name is Galvin.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
Pete's gonna yell, Hey, Truman, can I jump on? Horse isn't as fast as I thought he would be.
Yeah, you can hop on. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna
Go ahead and make a roll.
Then acrobatics.
Yeah,
Okay.
acrobatics would definitely be
Can
relevant.
I attempt to catch him?
Sure.
That's a success for me.
I did not succeed.
You didn't. Okay, so Pete, you leap from your donkey named horse and fly through the air, but fall just short of reaching Truman's horse. And Truman reaches down his hand and catches you right before you hit the ground. Fortunately, you're short, because if you were a regular-sized human, you would have just drug along the ground. But he catches you right before you hit and pulls you up behind him.
I got you, buddy.
Thanks.
With the 3 fingers hooked onto the...
So now that you're on 2 horses, the 4 of you on 2 horses, you're quickly gaining ground on the train. But the train is steadily speeding up. And you see 2 people step out onto the platform of the caboose. So there's like a little outside area, just a little platform on the very back. And 2 people step out and pull out rifles.
I'm going to swing Pete in front of me since he has the wagon wheel shield.
Okay.
I'll maneuver my way up in front of Alvin as well.
Okay. Since you see them coming out first, I'll give you guys the chance to do anything if you want to before they get to act.
Alvin, I will be your shield. This is how I repay my debt to you. Shoot over me, though, please. Don't just, try not to shoot me. Yeah.
Cover fire.
And then I will focus. Is that the thing?
Yeah,
that's
focus.
Focus.
Focus makes you more likely to succeed on your next action.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no point for you to evade because you're a goblin.
Yep.
Can I take a shot at one of them?
Yeah. Since you're on horseback, I'll call it a disadvantage, but you can.
Well, it's a success. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You, one comes out, and as he lifts his rifle up and starts to aim towards you, you just pop him and he falls off the train. He's out.
Nice, Alvin. Good shot.
That's why they call me the Mad Gun.
Is that what they call you? Is that what you want them to call you? That's how I will put you in my story, in my chronicle of your
What
adventure.
they call me after I killed that town. I mean, what town?
With my with wagon wheel in one hand, the other hand I'm gonna grab into my bag of teeth, grab one out, and I'm gonna fling it as it turns into a fireball.
Okay.
At the men on the back of the train.
All right. I'll call that disadvantage again, since you're bouncing up and down on a horse.
Sure.
So 1 die.
That's a failure.
It goes just a little bit wide. It kind of singes him a little bit, but crashes harmlessly into the caboose.
Do we get multiple moves or just one?
I'm going to say just 1 for this first round.
Oh, okay.
So, Truman, did you want to do anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till I get closer.
All right. So
I don't have anything long range.
Sure. The rifleman is going to raise his gun and shoot at Peet, who just took a shot at him. He fires, and it comes right at you, and it's going to hit you.
All right. I'm going to try to spin the wheel in front of me to deflect it.
Okay, so you're using your goblin agility with your shield.
That's a success.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
You spin it, and fortunately, the bullet just lodges into the wagon wheel right before it crashes into you. And he's got, the nice lever action, so he's going to pump the lever, and he's going to fire again. And this one is coming right at you, too. It's going to hit.
All right. Still spinning the shield.
Right.
It's another success.
Oh, man. The second bullet also lodges into the wagon wheel. A goblin with a shield. That is dangerous combination. All right, so we're back to you guys. The gunman looks frustrated. But you guys are closer now. So if you use one of your actions to push the horse, you could get close enough to the caboose to grab it.
Like each one of us has to use one of our actions to do that?
Basically, Alvin and Truman are the ones leading the horses, so they would have to.
I'll push my horse towards the train.
Okay.
And I will focus again.
And you guys can have regular actions now, so you can do 2 things. But right as the gunman is firing at Peet, Alvin, you're able to push the horse up close.
Like close enough for me to jump onto the...
Close enough for you to jump on.
Then for my action, movement, whatever, I'm going to jump onto that caboose.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Hey, that's a success.
All right, yeah, you smoothly jump onto the caboose.
Can I kind of climb my way up so that I can get next to him?
Yeah, I mean, you would have height. Being on horseback, you would be up above the platform that he's standing on.
Okay.
Because he's like at the main level.
Oh,
so
perfect.
when you hop on, you would be on the same level as him.
Then I just want to actually, if I can do this, I want to jump and have my fountain pen out and jump and try and stab him and take him out with that as I'm jumping off from the horse.
Okay, I'll just count that as your 2 actions. So you already succeeded the jump, so go ahead and make the attack.
Okay.
Even if you miss the attack, you land on the train.
Perfect. Yes, that's a success.
All right, so describe that to us.
So essentially, he stands up on the saddle, one hand on Alvin for support, and he looks into Alvin's eyes and says, "Watch this. I'm a hero too." And he jumps, and as he's jumping, he grabs his fountain pen out of his holster on his hip and goes and probably just stabs the guy in his gun arm with it.
Yeah, you stab him in his gun arm, and he drops the gun and falls to the ground, incapacitated.
Gentlemen, I believe I have cleared the train, and I think that is...
Oh my gosh! There's a sale going on? Wait, what's going on over here? Oh, well, good job.
Well, it doesn't count because you didn't see it. Now,
I'm sorry, there's a sale!
Well, the sale will be there later. My heroics won't always be there. That's a big step for me, guys.
Can I try and jump onto this train?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it.
I don't have anything to help me get on there, so do I just roll 1 or 2?
2. 2 is standard.
I did not succeed.
Okay. You kind of stand up in your stirrups to jump, but the ground gets a little uneven and shaky, and you kind of plop back down in your saddle and fall back a little ways.
Okay.
So you're still on your horse, but you're a little bit farther away from the train now. Peet and Truman.
I'm gonna get us close.
Okay, great. You got us close? That's
Yep.
1 action.
And I have one more.
Yep.
Okay. Are we there?
Yes, you're there.
I am going to throw Pete because I know he likes to be thrown. I'm going to throw Pete and I'm going to try to spin him like a discus. So hopefully he can safely land and, I don't know, knock a door down, something.
To help with it, I'd probably actually just like hold on to the wheel and like give you the wheel to actually toss like a discus.
Yeah.
So you're basically on top of a frisbee.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Let's go. Failure.
All right. You throw the wagon wheel with Pete on it, but the extra weight of Peet, and honestly, if he'd had 3 less bags of teeth, you probably would have made the throw. But the extra weight just kind of weighs him down, and it falls short. So Peet, you haven't used your actions yet, and you are flying through the air atop your wagon wheel.
Can I leap off the wagon wheel to basically be like a double jump in a video game?
Ooh,
You can sure try.
Yes.
And would my acrobatics help in this maneuver?
It definitely would.
That is still a failure.
So unfortunately, you push down and real world physics kick in. So instead of you being propelled upward, the shield is just propelled downward. And it crashes into the train tracks and is lost behind you. So Peet, you are going to crash, basically belly flop onto the ground. But Alvin, because he fell back farther on his horse, is still a little ways behind you. And at that moment, after all of you 4 went, the door to the caboose is going to open. And Gowpen, you can see that there are 4 guys inside.
Oh, goodness.
And they're going to, they're not going to shoot at you because they're in really tight quarters and the gunmen are in the back. But the 2 guys with knives are going to kind of charge out onto the platform where you're at and swing at you.
Okay.
The first one is going to hit, but you can use your goblin agility.
Yeah, definitely goblin agility on that. Nope.
All right, so you take 1 damage.
Okay.
And the next one is also going to hit.
I'm going to try and goblin agility that. Nope.
All right. You get sliced on both sides. And now that the knifemen are out, it looks like the gunmen are going to be ready to start shooting pretty quick. But we are back to the 4 of you and your actions.
Okay, I know I'm supposed to just repay my debt to you guys, but please help.
All right, I'll jump on.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Success.
Yeah, you hop onto the platform and with a graceful superhero sort of landing.
And then I will look down, consider my options, and go, you know what? This thing is worthless, but I might as well try it. And I'll take out the axe.
Okay. It feels good in your hands, and you've got mastery with it as long as you're wielding it.
I become a whirling dervish.
Okay.
And I'm going to step forward and just...
Go ahead and roll it.
So mastery is 3.
Mastery is 3. The knifemen are the closest, so I assume you're starting with them.
Yep. Success.
All right, you cut the first knifeman down, and that axe grants you cleave. So go ahead and make another attack.
Not a success.
The second knifeman jumps back a little bit and kind of stumbles and loses his footing against the railing. He manages to stay on, but he is very close to being tipped over.
Okay.
Can Gowpen climb up on top of the caboose car?
Absolutely, there's a ladder.
Perfect. Can I wait until they attack and then after that climb up?
Yes, so you want to hold your action?
I'll hold my action.
Sure. And since there's a ladder, you don't have to roll or anything for it. You'll just be able to go up there.
Okay. I will hold my climb until
Okay.
that happens.
Peet and Alvin.
I'll try and grab Pete as he falls beside me.
Okay.
Can I use perceptive to?
You know what? Sure, that'll help with the timing.
That is a success.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah, you managed to stick your arm down and scoop Pete up in a similar way to...
Had a lot of practice.
Exactly. So you swing him up on the horse.
And then can I use my second action to push the horse again towards the...
Sure. Yeah. So
Train.
you make it up to the caboose. And Pete, you are on his horse.
All right, I'm gonna try to jump from his horse onto the train.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
Is there anyone else, or I guess are the people that were in after the door's been opened? Have they actually made their way onto the caboose? And
There is one knifeman on the caboose who is
Okay.
kind of teetering on the edge.
I am going to try to jump on his face, perhaps.
The knifeman?
Yes,
Okay.
but we'll see if that actually the jump works. Hey, success!
All right. You make the jump.
All right.
Do you want to do a flying attack?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead
Pulling
and
out
roll
my
the attack.
dagger,
The flying goblin attack.
and I'll look at Alvin and say, "Hey, Alvin, this one's for you." That's a success with my dagger.
Yes.
All right. What happens when you get him?
I going with it dagger first, and I just kind of use the attack to like help get leverage and pull myself in.
All right. Yeah. So you pull yourself onto the caboose. So the gunman inside the caboose, the first one is going to take aim at Truman, who just cut down his buddy.
I'll bring it. Come on now.
But the train kind of hits a bump as he shoots, and the shot flies wide and misses. The second one also sees Truman as the biggest threat and is going to take a shot at him. And he's going to connect this time. For
That's
one
my
damage.
friend. Gowpen's going to shove Truman just barely out of the way and take that shot.
All right. What trait is it that you've got?
Defender allows me to take an attack that otherwise would hit an ally adjacent to me.
There you go. All right.
Yes, that's a success.
You kind of actually end up just knocking Truman just out of the way. So the bullet kind of grazes by and nicks you just a tad, but doesn't hurt you at all.
Truman, I say we're almost even now. And I'm going to scurry up the ladder.
You still owe your dues.
That's not in writing.
As you reach the top of the ladder, you can see several cars down, probably like halfway through the train. There is a large mounted machine gun, like the kind that you crank and has the whole string of bullets come through, and it starts firing at you.
Ow.
Fortunately, they're just getting it, as they just start getting it cranked up and it starts popping off shots, you're able to duck down out of the way and they all go over your head.
Big scary gun up here, so I'm not going to go up there.
Everybody is on the platform of the caboose, outside, except for Alvin, who is still on his horse right next to the caboose. There are 2 gunmen inside the caboose.
I'm gonna try and jump onto the train now.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
That's a success.
All right, you easily hop on and land next to everybody there.
Sorry,
Are you
I'm
going to
late.
do a flying attack?
Can I do a roll
Sure.
and then pop off a shot?
Are you trying to roll into the...
I'll go on this. I was across it because I'm assuming it's like a door on the side.
It's like right on the back.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm on the side though, so
Oh,
I'd be
yeah, that
coming
makes
in
sense.
from the side, so I'd roll in.
Yeah, roll into the center and take a shot.
Yeah. That's 2 successes.
Hey.
All right, you drop one of the gunmen.
Let's go.
Falls dead.
I'm going to hop down off the ladder and charge in and just try and jump on top of one of the goblins or one of the guys that are in there.
What'd I do?
Okay. There's only one guy left.
Oh, there's only one. Perfect. I will jump up on top of him and try and stab him with my fountain pen.
Okay, so you moved, and then you can get 1 attack.
Nope. Fail.
The guy sees you kind of jumping towards him, and he ducks down, and you actually fly past him onto the other end of the caboose. Truman and Peet.
You got this? Want me to do my thing?
Yeah, why don't you go, and then I'll go after the Gatling gun.
It is 10 train cars up. Well, I guess you haven't seen it, so you don't necessarily know that.
I did say there was a big gun. It's a scary thing ahead.
True.
All right. Then yeah, I'm gonna move up and just gonna slash at this guy at his ankles
Okay, go
with my dagger.
ahead and roll it.
Failure.
This guy is like a ninja. He's ducking, he's jumping, he hops over the dagger as you come low, and you end up near where Gowpen is.
Hey, Gowpen.
Hey!
So you had to move and attack, so that leaves Truman as the only one with actions left.
Truman takes off his suit jacket. He doesn't want to get it dirty.
His only nice possession.
Yeah, I fold it up nicely. I give it to Gowpen and say, please hold on to this. And then I look the last guy in the eye and go, you're mine. That's 2 successes.
The guy just freezes in terror as you cut him down with the axe.
And then I look back at Gowpen and I say, suit, please. And
And the caboose is now empty, other than you guys.
all right, Gowpen, what did you see up there? You saw Gatling gun?
Yeah, it was just this big scary gun that I don't want to deal with. So.
In the next car?
No, it's actually like halfway up the train, so it's quite a ways.
If we look out, are our horses out there following us? Or did they run away?
How good are your horses? You know what? Just roll for it. 2 dice, unless you got some relevant trait.
6 and a 5. Is it just
But
me,
I
or do
know
you want
my
everybody to
horse.
roll?
Truman and Alvin are the only ones with horses.
That's a success.
Okay, you can see that the horses are both trying to keep up, but they're falling behind because the train has been gaining speed.
What about Pete's donkey?
Yeah, what about a horse?
What about horse?
Horse is not in sight.
Horse is gone.
Horse is still at Rattlestead. He found some grass to munch on.
He met a nice lady donkey.
All right, well, sitting around talking about it isn't going to do us any good, and we got to get stuff done. So I'm just going to charge into the next train car.
Okay, so you swing open the caboose door?
Yeah.
So it just has a platform around the outside that's made for walking on. But there doesn't appear to be anybody on it.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll just pick one side and just tear around the outside of the train.
I'm going to pick up one of the guys that I got down and put him in front of me and run forward.
Are there any seats that I could use since I lost my wheel? Like any seats I could try to use as a shield instead?
Yes, there are.
Sweet. So I will grab one of those.
Just kind of break one off.
Yep. Just breaking it off, and then I start charging forward on the other side.
Alvin's just gonna casually just walk. While everyone's like trying to charge, magically, Alvin's just kind of just walking.
Okay, so what is the order you guys are going in as you advance up the train?
I'm in the very back.
Yeah, I think it's Gowpen, Truman, Peet, and then Alvin.
It looks like the series of cars that you're on, it's a series of several of the same sort of car for carrying stuff, like whether it's coal or whatever. And they're definitely loaded with something. You can tell the next car appears to be some sort of passenger car. And standing at the doorway is a Karhu. This is about a 7-foot-tall brown Karhu with a big ol' sword. So everybody roll initiative. And if you succeed, you get to go before the enemies. If you fail, you go after the enemies.
It's a fail for Gowpen.
Success for Pete.
Success for Alvin.
That's a success for Truman.
Okay, so Peet, Truman, and Alvin, you can all react before the Karhu gets to.
So basically, Gowpen just charges in and then is stunned by the sight of this Karhu.
Who is more than twice the height of you.
Yes.
I will run in close and whirling dervish.
It's basically the platform you're on is real narrow up against the side of the car.
Okay.
It'll be difficult to get past Gowpen. You can do it, but it'll be difficult.
Okay.
Basically, what I'll do, if you want to try to get past him, I'll have you roll, and if you succeed, you get past and can still attack as your next action. If you fail, it'll take your whole turn to get past him safely.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
That's a success.
All right, so yeah, you managed to squeeze past Gowpen and just kind of squish him against the train car and burst past him.
Okay.
And close the distance to the Karhu.
Great. Then I will attack him. I'll swing.
All right.
I missed.
The Karhu sees you coming, and he manages to block your axe with his sword and kind of just deflect the blow aside. He seems like he knows what he's doing. Peet and Alvin.
I'm gonna shoot the Karhu
Okay.
twice because I don't need to move. That is one failure.
One fail. It's difficult getting your footing on a train.
And then that is another failure.
It's surprisingly difficult getting your footing on a train. You're kind of getting used to the wobble around, and your shots just go off and bounce off the car that he's on.
Alvin, watch this. This is how real folks do it. And I grab some teeth and firebolted at the Karhu.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
That's a failure.
This one he actually sees coming because it's a fiery blast, and this one he deflects with his sword.
I'm going to try it again.
Okay.
Hey, that one's a success.
As he deflects the first one, you fire in with the second one, and it hits him. Was that just one success?
Just one success.
Yeah, you hit him and singe him up a bit. He's still standing and just looks mad. Since Truman is the one closest to him, he is going to swing at Truman.
Bring it on. Come on.
And that is a hit for 1 damage. I doubt it.
Am I next to Truman?
You are, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cut Truman's legs out from underneath him and try and take that, just like, not like cut him off,
Just trip
but
him.
like trip him so that he falls and I get the hit.
So glad for the clarification there.
Yeah.
He's already a dwarf.
I was
No
like, you
leg,
come in,
3-finger Truman.
you come in late and you don't want to pay dues, and so now you're just betraying me.
Yeah, it's a fail.
Okay, so you successfully knock Truman out of the way by knocking him to the ground, and you get hit with the sword, and it slashes across your body for 1 damage.
Oh,
How you doing there?
pretty rough. Pretty rough. I'm still up.
All right. Truman is now on the ground, so he doesn't necessarily see him as a threat, and he just slashed a goblin, so he doesn't necessarily see you as a threat. So he is actually going to pull out a knife and chuck it at Peet.
Don't think I can help you, Pete.
That's okay. I got my shield.
And we're looking at a hit.
All right. I'm going to try to block it with my seat shield.
Okay.
That's a success.
The knife
Nice.
lodges itself in the wooden part of the seat, and so now your shield has a knife sticking out of it.
Ooh, now I have 2.
All right, and we're back to... Oh, we're to Gowpen now.
Yes.
Gowpen gets to go last.
Gowpen's going to try and, first of all, get Truman to his feet, just like kind of pick him up.
Thanks.
And then focus for his second action.
All right, so we are back to the 3 of you, Truman, Peet, and Alvin. This Karhu doesn't... I mean, he's not very hurt so far.
I'll try to shoot him again.
All right.
2 shots.
2 shots.
That is 1 success
All right,
on the first shot.
you found your footing. So you hit him basically just opposite of where the firebolt hit him before.
And that is another success.
Nice.
All right, he's now got a nice triangle shape of wounds, and he is feeling them. He is clearly hurting from those shots.
2 teeth this time. Bah, bah.
All right, you flinging teeth.
Yep. That's a fail the first time.
Okay,
Second tooth was a success.
Yes.
the first one he actually catches in his hand and just kind of lets out a roar as he extinguishes it, and it doesn't hurt him. But you manage to flick the second one right into his mouth as he's roaring. And he lets out a roar of pain instead, and he is looking much worse for the wear now.
Yeah, so my first action, I'll look up at him intimidatedly and ask him, where's your leader, the ghostly one?
He just looks down at you and roars.
Great. I'll swing up, so hopefully I'll catch him in the jaw.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
That's a failure.
I like to think that, like, because
I'm-
you're a dwarf and he's so much taller, you just, like, swing and it just completely...
I'm actually going to say, I don't think your talking needs to take an action. We've all been talking without being in action.
Perfect.
And you didn't say anything about standing up or moving, so I'll call that your first action. You're still on the ground, so this
No,
was
I
kind
thought
of
he picked
was
him
kind
up.
of a low swing that he was able to avoid.
I helped him up.
Oh, you helped him up.
Yeah,
Great.
I want to help
My
him
bad.
out for one of
Okay,
my
so you're up.
actions.
Still kind of a low swing. You know, you're a little bit shorter. He's tall.
I'll jump this time.
Okay.
2 jumps.
So you swing it up. It's like behind your head, and then
Yep. Gosh, it's the same exact roll for all 3 dice.
oh my word. So he manages to get his sword up and block your axe as you come down. But because he used his sword to block your axe as his first action, he is going to come in with a gut punch from the other side. Actually, he's going to use his claws. So he's going to try to claw you with his offhand. And he scratches you with his claws on your side.
Gowpen's gonna try and jump
No.
and grab onto the claw.
Don't you only have 1 health left?
Yeah,
I
I'm fine.
only have 1 health taken.
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Success.
So you grab onto the claw and take no damage because of your goblin agility. And Truman, you get scratched with Gowpen for no damage.
You're
As
just
he is
gonna,
now on the Karhu's claw.
As Gowpen kind of hits into you, you get like a faint waft of like a very nice cologne that Gowpen's wearing.
Thank you for that detail. Really needed that detail.
And the Karhu is going to
Puts me in the
try...
scene. Really puts me in the scene.
Yeah, no problem. Immersion.
Yeah.
That's what
For
I'm all
his
about.
second action, the Karhu is going to try to throw Gowpen off the train. But I'll tell you what I'm rolling here. I'm going to roll at disadvantage because you're hanging on with you for dear life.
Yeah, can I like contest it at all, like a strength or something?
We'll see how it turns out first. I'll probably
Okay.
give you the
Wait, I
opportunity
thought you were
because
dead.
What?
I thought you were dead.
No.
if he fails the roll,
If
he didn't take any damage. He rolled for
Yeah.
goblin agility,
God.
I got
so he got to avoid the damage entirely.
Yeah.
So I'll see if he succeeds the roll first.
Okay.
He does not.
Yes.
He tries to shake you off, but just vigorously shakes you back and forth,
Nice.
and you manage to hang on.
Big man, it is time for you to go down. and I will take out my fountain pen and try and stab him just once,
Okay.
and we'll see how that goes. That's a fail.
You stab him, but it's a fountain pen going into bear fur.
I take it out and I say, I know the pen is mightier than the sword. I'm going to try again. And go in for another stab. No, that's another fail. Okay,
Oh, my word.
We're never gonna finish this episode.
This guy has 1 health.
Can I shoot him?
Yeah, it's your turn.
That's 3 successes. I just headshot him after everyone misses everything.
As Gowpen is just fruitlessly trying to repeatedly stab him with his pen,
Truman's missing his slashes.
Alvin shoots the Karhu in the head, and the Karhu slowly sinks and is about to fall off the train. Gowpen, are you staying attached to him?
I want to stay on the train. If at all
So you
possible.
hop off and land
Yes.
on the train.
Yep.
And the Karhu falls off dead.
Perfect. Well, I think that was a rousing success. Another chapter in the adventuring band of us. I feel like I've started to repay my debt a little
On
bit.
to the next train.
Galman,
the
you would
next-
actually
the
be doing
next
me a favor
cab.
if you stopped stepping in front of me.
Well, I can't. So onward.
I got an idea. I still got my Desperado stuff on. They hired the Desperado goblins. I assume they probably just think I'm like an yellow of the goblin. Everyone else does. So I just walk up and be like, "Hey, we're the ones you hired. We're finding off those elves back at the base. Just want to let you know."
I like it. Some subterfuge.
What if you just lead everyone, like trying to lead as many people to the back, and then we just detach the train or the cars?
You don't have to do anything with this information, but you would be aware that you've progressed far enough up the train that you're probably within a car or two of the Gatling gun.
Do we take out the Gatling gun first?
Or we try to dissuade them from using the Gatling gun.
Or we sneak by and detach the Gatling gun.
So, I don't know what it does. I have this scroll that I can read called Scroll of Balloon. Kind of want to see if I can just cast it on the Gatling gun and it just kind of floats away.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. I will make the path clear for you, Gowpen.
Okay.
Stop stepping in front of me.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it. As he's like bleeding from 3 different major wounds.
Yeah, so we'll go forward,
Yeah.
GM.
Okay.
I want to go into. I basically want to stay in front of the car that the Gatling gun is on, and then kind of climb up if there's a side ladder or something.
Yeah, there's a side ladder in basically every car.
Yeah, and then climb up so that I can peek over and see the Gatling gun.
Okay, so you can do that where you're at right now, and you can see that you're on the back end of a car, and then there's a whole nother empty car, and then the car in front of that is very thick, reinforced metal. It's wider than the other cars, and the Gatling gun is mounted on that one.
Okay. So I very pointedly focus at the Gatling gun and read my scroll of balloon.
Okay. I'm going to give you disadvantage for the roll simply because of the distance. You can
Okay.
feel that at this range, the magic is having trouble connecting to the target. So I'll give you disadvantage for this roll.
Okay.
If you fail, you'll keep the scroll, though.
Gotcha. Okay. It just
Come on.
won't take
Yeah,
effect
the
on
spell
anything.
just won't go off.
Come on.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Come on.
Big money.
No, that's a fail.
Yeah, you can
Right,
tell
just read again.
you can't quite reach
What?
him with your magic.
Read it again.
Read it again. Yeah.
Spam.
Take a step forward.
Read it again.
Take a step forward. Do it again.
Gentlemen, I need to progress through the empty car in front of us.
Is it empty?
I assume so. There wasn't anything on top of it, so I assume it's empty.
Oh, that's genius.
Yep. I go through the
No,
passageway into
no,
the
no,
next
no, no,
one.
no. I will go first. Truman will go first. I open the door and like roll, that way I can prevent anything like shooting at me or swinging at me.
Sure. This car appears to be a sleeping car, and the beds are empty. Doesn't appear to be anybody in this car.
Like I said, nothing on top, nothing in the car.
I mean, that is sound logic.
It's not sound logic.
He just proved
I
it.
take that back. Truman's an idiot.
Yeah, if anything, Truman should be on my side here.
Yeah.
He just proved it with sound logic. I'm gonna use that from now on. Nothing up top, nothing below.
All right, so Gowpen's going to go through and then, again, climb up the ladder and just peek his head over and read the scroll focused on the thing, the Gatling gun.
So you're not on the same car as the Gatling gun, and I'm still gonna give you disadvantage at this range.
Okay, then let's just skip and I'll get to be on the same car.
Okay, well there's one more car to go through.
Perfect. Guys, there was nothing on the top of this car in between us, so there's nothing in the car.
Sound logic.
Yeah, makes sense.
Truman, by all means, you want to lead?
Yeah, I will not. I will just swing it open as if it were my bedroom.
I'll go right behind Truman.
You swing open the door, and you can see that this is like a lounge car, like dining and hanging out, tables, chairs set up. And there are two Karhu sitting at a table playing cards, and both of them turn to look at you as you open the door.
Honey, I'm home. And I swing.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
Cool. That's awesome.
That's a success,
I was going to say,
baby.
please hit.
Just one?
Yeah, I just rolled
I'll count
once.
extra damage for more successes. Yeah, so you slash the first one.
That's also a success. Just one.
Same Karhu?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he drops the cards because you slashed him with a battle axe. And I'm going to say you guys have complete surprise on these two. So you can all act before they can.
Then I'll run up beside Truman and stab the same Karhu with my fountain pen because that's all I have.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack.
That's a fail.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna focus for my second action.
All right.
We're going to go up and flank with them, like get on the other side of Truman, and also stab at him with the dagger.
Okay.
That is 2 successes.
Whew.
Let's go.
Nice.
You stab him good, and he is hurting. He hasn't even got out of his chair yet, and he is not looking good.
All right. And since I guess we established that don't need to, or he's close enough, I don't need to move, so I'll go ahead and stab him again.
Yep. Sounds good.
That's another success. Just one.
Yeah, you stab him and finish him off. And he slumps on the table. Alvin, you still haven't acted, have you?
Nope. I'm gonna shoot the other one
Okay.
with 2 bullets. That is a miss. That is 1 success.
You shoot him, and he takes the hit, and he sees how his buddy was just swarmed and taken down. He's going to stand up, and he's actually going to grab his coat that was draped on the back of his chair and put his jacket on and grab his hat and put his hat on and say, well, I'll be seeing you fellas. And just walk to the other end of just run, actually. He's going to run to the other end of the car and opens the door and kind of looks out the side and tips his hat back at you and just jumps off the train.
Perfect. Okay.
And you can see him out the window just like rolling. And he pops up and
Can I
he
throw
just
a
jumped off
calling
the
card
train
out
and
there?
rolled.
Join the Saltpeter boys.
Join my gang.
I'm the leader now.
I like you.
I like you.
You know when to run.
So I'll walk up towards this. So the car right in front of us then is the one that's all reinforced and has that Gatling gun on top, right?
That is correct.
Perfect. Now I will climb up the side and try and cast the balloon spell onto the Gatling gun.
Okay.
And this is just a straight roll, right?
Yep. Straight roll.
Can I focus first and then
Yeah,
read?
sure. I'll allow it.
Focusing and then reading.
So you succeed
Yes!
on 4, 5, or 6.
6.
All right.
Succeed.
You're aiming for the Gatling gun, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You feel the magic kind of reach out and surge into the gun, and it just starts swelling up
Oh goodness.
and expanding into a ball sort of shape. And then
I
you
shoot it.
hear creak as the bolts are ripped out of the train, and it just
Yes!
floats up into the air.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
And the man who was at the gun just swears profusely. and steps back and jumps off the other side of the train, more towards the engine. He doesn't jump off the train. He gets down from the car on the other side.
I will climb back down the ladder and say, gentlemen, the Gatling gun. And I'll point up to the sky where it's like floating away.
All right, what are y'all doing next? Top of the train is clear. You're at the
That
heavy
means
reinforced
the
car.
interior is clear. Let's go through.
Why don't we just climb on the top now?
We could. I guess we could see, do the doors in between have windows at all or anything?
Not to the reinforced car. Other cars, yes. And you can actually tell now that you're actually closer to the front of the train than halfway. There's only a few more cars left before the locomotive.
Okay,
Or we could climb up and look down and see if we can see who's in the thing,
we could.
but also have advantage by being above them.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you're climbing up on top of the reinforced car.
Yes.
And there actually is now some small holes where the bolts got ripped out of the top of the car. It was solid, but where the Gatling gun was ripped off, there are some holes in the metal. It's pretty dark inside, but you can see that there is definitely a red dragon inside of this car. It doesn't appear to be moving, but there is a red dragon inside. You also see something large, roundish, and sparkly. And you see a figure of a ghostly white walking around.
Dibs. He killed my friend Trapper. I don't care if he betrayed me,
He killed our friend Trapper.
but Trapper did betray us.
Yeah, but
But Trapper betrayed us and got rid of the Billies.
well, we liked the Billies.
I know. So, do we go after the Carhu or not?
Let's just kill the Carhu.
Okay. So is there a way to get in from the top, or is he only able to look?
No, there's not a way to get in from the top.
So I have another scroll.
I love your scrolls.
They're great, aren't they?
They have so far not disappointed.
They actually have-
A scroll of illusion. I could have an illusion come in from one of the sides of the car, and then we can surprise attack the Carhu from behind as he's confused with the illusion.
yes.
I think you should have the illusion be that the female dragon has come to save the other dragon.
I was going to have it be of Trapper, but that's pretty good.
I like Trapper better. That way we can see him one more time.
It's true. Even though he did us wrong, I still miss him.
This is a chance to do us right.
That's right.
Yeah.
To Trapper.
To
Classic Trapper.
For Trapper.
Dying and then saving us from
All right, we'll get in position.
a ghostly
We'll go on
Carhu.
the other side of the cart that you're gonna put the illusion.
Yeah.
So let's go to the front of the cart, and you put the illusion in the back.
I'll put the illusion in the back.
Okay, so you go to the front. Where are you positioning yourself, Gowpen?
I think I'll stay on top.
Okay, so you're looking down.
I'm looking down so I can see what's happening there.
So who's going to make the first move?
I will, as I'm on top of the train car, look and cast the illusion of Trapper onto the other side.
Okay.
The car.
I'm not even going to make you roll for it because there's really no consequence for failure at this point. You just try again until you got it right.
Yeah.
So-
I should point out I have never seen Trapper either, so this illusion that I'm putting out might be a little off.
Okay. So an illusion appears at the back of the car that looks sort of like Trapper. It's definitely a guy covered in furs.
Trapper.
Does the illusion say or do anything?
No, not yet. He looks very fashionable though, like in all of his furs, and
Okay.
like he's going down a runway. Yes, that's it.
The
red
white car who
runway.
is kind of pacing back and forth, and as he turns
Yes.
around, he stops as he sees the illusion, and he raises two hand axes, really nice hand axes, one on each hand, and says, "Who are you?"
The illusion will do a very Blue Steel-esque turn and look and say, "I am Trapper. You killed me, and I'm here to seek my revenge."
He says, "Well, if I killed you once, I'll kill you again." And he chucks an axe that just goes straight through the image of Trapper and crashes into the back wall with a loud clang.
We bust through. Whirling Dervish for Trapper!
All right, go ahead and roll. And I'm going to say, since you're coming up behind, surprising him, I'm going to give you double damage on what you roll on the first attack. The first thing to damage him will damage double.
Not a single success.
Roll again.
He's kind of at your end because he was pacing and turned around. So I'll say you can have a second attack.
Okay. 3 successes.
Yes.
You rolled 3.
3 successes.
Yes. A 6, a 6, and a 5.
He's actually wearing armor that you can see. Like he's wearing like a breastplate with his axes, and you just cleave straight through the armor, rending deep into his back, and he lets out a yowl, but manages to stay on his feet.
I would like to shoot him
Okay.
twice,
All
as
right.
I do. That is 3 successes.
Yes. Yes.
My word. You shoot him in the back, and he drops his remaining axe and turns around and looks at you and falls to his knees and says, "Who are you?"
We dim saltpeter boys. Can I shoot him again in the face?
You shoot him again, and he collapses to the ground dead.
Classic trapper.
It's like it was here.
It's like it was here. I grabbed Truman's shoulder and
I look at Pete. I look at Alvin. I'm like, well, boys, we did it. We can go home now. We've accomplished what we've needed done.
well, let's just figure what's up with this dragon real quick,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that's right. There's a dragon in here.
can I go and look at the dragon?
Yeah. It's alive, but it seems like it's barely alive. It's probably been heavily drugged. And it's clear that the round sparkly thing is a dragon egg.
So we need to detach this one.
Yes. So I'll hop down from on top and detach our car from the rest of the train.
We should be on the other side because we also need to. Well, do
We don't need to get Clayton.
we need to go to Clayton?
No, your daddy
mean-
knows.
Your daddy knows now.
Yeah? All right. Screw Clayton. We'll figure it out. I don't even want to see my brother. I'll probably just shoot him.
I will say, if you leave him and cut the cars, he will continue going to where he's going. But if that's, I don't care.
Well, we
If
have
that's-
proof. We have proof that he was
Yeah,
doing stuff, so that the law can handle it.
there you go.
That's true.
We aren't good guys.
We're not good guys.
We're barely anti-heroes.
Well, honestly, we kind of just wanted to save the dragon so they give us dragon bone stuff, so we can make all that fuel.
As you guys are discussing about detaching the train, Pete, you can notice that there's somebody or somebody's quickly moving through the next car.
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
I remember there's someone else we're here for.
I would definitely point that out to everyone else.
Okay.
Be like, guys, there's someone else coming towards us.
So you're on the car with the dragon. The latch is in the middle, and then the car next to it on the other side, the door opens up. And you can see 3 people standing there. One is Rebecca. The second is Rebecca's brother, who was the man with the draconium coin. And the third, only Alvin has seen before, and it is Clayton Rivers, drinking a cup of tea. He's kind of behind the other 2.
Pull the pin.
I've seen Rebecca. I don't know if I can.
So do you guys like weapons drawn?
I kind of pulled my guns out just to, like, in case
Okay.
they're
Yeah.
weapons drawn.
Rebecca is holding a card like she's ready to throw it, and her brother is holding a coin like he's ready to throw it, but they don't make the first move. And Clayton says, "Well, Alvin Rivers and the rest of the Saltpeter scum. Can't believe you made it this far on our train.
Saltpeter boys?
What happened to the white car who?
Well, he's a little red now.
He met his old friend Trapper.
Trapper Gaines. Ugh. Terrible traitor on my payroll, I tell you. You know, at the end, he felt guilty about what he was going to do, about what he'd done. He was going to go back asking for forgiveness. So I couldn't let him do that. I'd paid him to get me all the death stride he could. I'd paid him to burn down the chemist's house, and he wanted to go back and let people know about it? Not a chance. I had to finish him off. But look, you've come this far. It'd be in your best interest to just hop off of this train and leave. You don't know what you're meddling in.
Have I ever known what I'm meddling in?
I think I'm still on top of the train since we didn't
Yeah,
unlatch it.
sure.
Can I run and jump to the next car in front of us,
Okay.
run along that train, and then drop down and detach it from the locomotive?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll try and distract him.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to try to do it as sneakily as possible.
Sure.
Like,
Go
jump
ahead and make a
across.
roll. See if you can do it sneakily. You can definitely do it.
Can I assist him?
I don't have any other.
What
spells
kind
that I
of
can
tea you
use.
drinking, Clayton?
Nope, that's a fail.
So you do it, but Rebecca's brother sees you up above,
Okay.
and he says, "Hey, who is that?" And
Ain't you ever heard of birds?
Clayton gestures over his shoulder, and Rebecca's brother goes to the other end of the train car.
As he does that, I'm going to pull out the dragon coin that I still have. I'm going to fling it at him.
Ooh.
Okay. Did you charge it up at all?
You have to charge it up?
It needs energy for it to express energy.
Just pinging a coin at him.
I mean, I assumed it had a charge since I picked it out of his pocket.
You're right. You did pick it out of his pocket. I thought it was one he threw at you.
No, yeah, it was one I picked out of his pocket.
No, okay, go ahead and roll. You're throwing it at the guy.
Yep.
I'll leave Rebecca for you.
Thank you.
No. Failure.
It's a failure.
Yeah.
Still gonna hit something.
Unfortunately, with an explosive, it's never a real failure. So you throw it at him, and it misses. It does not hit him, but it hits the train car, and it makes an explosion in the room. It kind of shakes the train car that you're on.
Oh, no.
So Gowpen, make a roll to stay on the train car.
No. Yes, that's a success.
All right. And Peet, roll me a D3. So just do a 1 or a 2, a 3, 4, or 5, 6.
That's a 6.
Okay. The explosion knocks the brother farther towards the locomotive side of the train. It actually knocks over a bed. You can see this is now a sleeping car on top of Rebecca, and she kind of hits the ground. And the explosion happens to just hit Clayton just right, that Clayton comes flying towards your car.
Can I catch him?
Yes, you can.
Just like
Catch him.
yeah, we catch a. Oh no.
Pete, pull it, and I'm gonna jump across. And I'm gonna get Rebecca.
All right. So you jump
I'll
across.
catch up with you, boys.
All right, so Truman, you jump across?
Yep.
Okay. So Truman and Gowpen are now on the sleeping car, and Peet, Alvin, and Clayton are all on the dragon car.
Then I will hop down from my car and not pull the pin and open the door. And do I see? Is he like on the ground?
Yeah, he's on the
Rebecca's
ground.
brother. I'm going to
Manacle him.
try and stab him with my fountain pen.
Okay.
Nope, fail. So then I'm going to focus for my next action.
Okay.
Take him alive.
Truman, were you doing something?
I go over to Rebecca and say, "You cheated me out of some money. No performance is gonna get you out of this one."
She kind of grins a bloody smile because she's injured and says, "Well, that's Rattlestead for you."
Then I'm gonna just attack her.
Okay, I mean, she's nearly incapacitated. You could just straight, knock her out or kill her, whatever you want to do.
I'm knocking her out.
Okay. You knock her out. And the brother looks up at Gowpen and sees you with your pointy pen down at him, and he says, "I surrender."
Good. Give me your stuff.
He pulls several coins out of his pockets.
Perfect. I just toss them out of the train.
There are a series of explosions of varying degrees that just erupt in the countryside around the train.
Perfect.
And Alvin and Peet, you're with Clayton in the dragon car. And Alvin, you've basically just got him.
Just put kind of just get him on his knees. Pete, time up.
All right. I just go and wrap myself around his legs.
Clayton says, "Alvin, you're making a big mistake here, boy. This could be an opportunity for you. We could go into business together. The Rivers brothers ruling the railways. Jagged Bend was just the beginning. We can expand west past that into Elfland. Of course, they'd put up a fight, but with Draconium at our side, who can really stand against us? For 1,000 years, those elves have laid exclusive claim to those land. The dwarves have come out ruling the nights in the caverns with their dark vision, and humans have been scraping by with our wits and our grit. But this will change all of that. Draconium is the future."
Well, you forget that I'm half elf.
I mean, I'm all goblin. If you think humans got a bad thing about the goblins.
Well, then what say you let go, and we make ourselves a deal?
Well, here's the thing, Clayton. I've done a lot of bad things since I left the family. And there's only one thing keeping me from clearing my name. And that's you. So you have to make a better offer than a lifetime in jail.
Look, with the money we can make from Draconium, from expanding our railways, we can buy every judge in the West. We'll be above the law.
I'll come back and
Well, here's the thing. I'll look at Gowpen as he walks in and be like, well, here's the thing. That doesn't sound very heroic now, does it? And I'm a hero. I'm just gonna sock him in the face.
yes, Alvin, you are such a hero.
Yeah, you knock him out cold. All right, so you guys kind of wrap things up there. With the 3 remaining enemies all incapacitated, you make your way to the engine and convince the engineer to stop the train, and it slows to a halt. And a few minutes later, several elves and Marshal Collins ride up. Are you guys sticking around on the train while they ride up?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Marshal Collins is the first to come, with Samira, the elf chief, at her side. And the marshal says, well. Looks like you boys actually did it. Good work. Did you bring in Clayton?
I'll just hold him up for her to see.
That's looking good. What about Rebecca and her brother?
Truman holds up Rebecca. The 2 goblins hold up the brother.
We'll hold the brother, yeah.
My, you did good work. Did you happen to find that white car who we've heard rumors about?
Well, he attacked first.
The marshal nods. I was hoping you'd say that. Well, boys, she turns towards Samira and says, Ma'am, go ahead and have your folks look around. This looks like a mighty suspicious car. What'd you boys find inside?
Well, the armored car there has your dragon and egg.
Several elves hurry in there. Samira hurries in and confirms that the dragon is alive and the egg is alive and lets her men start working on it and comes back out and says, Thank you so much. You've restored the balance of the West. With Rivelin safe and their child safe, we'll surely be able to calm down Atraxis and bring peace back to the land out there. You've done the elves a huge service this day. And the marshal speaks up again and says, Well, looks like you kept up your end of the bargain. And she pulls out some papers and starts signing them. And she hands one to each of you. Well, she hands one to Peet and she hands one to Truman and she hands one to Alvin and says, These papers will clear your name in front of any judge. I'll make sure to run the paperwork around so that you will take down the wanted posters and all that, but you boys get a fresh start. And she looks at Gowpen and says, I still don't really know who you are.
Ma'am, this is Gowpen, the chronicler of the Saltpeter gang. He does not owe us any dues. He has no debt. He is debt-free.
Wow. Are you sure, Truman?
Just say yes before I change my mind.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
Okay, that's too far.
Oh, okay. So,
Just a tad.
He's just our chronicler, ma'am. He if you ever wonder what we've been up to, all you have to do is ask for a story of the chronicler.
All right. I'll check the papers. So where are you boys off to next?
Wherever the wind takes us.
And is that when you get on your horses?
And that's when I jump off the train, look for my horse, all confused, like, where's my horse?
The horses.
That was so
your
cool.
horses
That was
actually,
such a cool line to say. Where's my horse?
The elves grabbed your horses, and so your horses are there.
Okay.
Even the donkey horse is there.
Both of them?
Just the original donkey named horse.
Okay.
Gowpen's donkey was kind of lost back in the fight, so
I'll pull Gowpen onto my
he wasn't
horse.
really on the trail.
hop on with Alvin.
Well, boys, let's ride.
And the 4 of you ride off into the sunset. And that is
And I'm
wrap.
totally riding straight for that car that jumped off the train.
He's going to be the 5th Saltpeter boy. Start rebuilding.
We're rebuilding. We're now called the Salt River Boys.
Salt River Boys. I love it.
So this has been the tale of the Salt River Boys. I am your GM, Seth. Going around the table, we've got
Nathan playing Salt Grimsly.
Tim playing Gowpen the Chronicler.
This is the other Seth who played Truman.
And this is Kyle, who played Alvin Rivers, the hero.
Thanks for listening. Now go have some adventures of your own.
We did it! We finished our first adventure. We appreciate everyone who has listened to Rattlestead and continues supporting us. One of the best ways you can support us is by telling others about our podcast and following us on Instagram and Twitter. That is the best way for you to hear about us on updates, upcoming shows, and even our bonus content. If you have any ideas of things that you want to see us do in the future, shoot us a message. Next week, we'll release a shorter episode discussing our favorite moments from Rattlestead, our characters, and we will also talk about our upcoming adventure, so you won't want to miss that. We will take the following week off, but Session 0 for our next adventure will be released on March 6th. I want to give a special shout out to the folks over at Stacko Dice Podcast. They have been a great resource to us, and we would encourage you all to take a listen. They can be found anywhere you find your podcasts. As always, thank you for listening to Guaranteed Adventures, and we will see you next week.